off there, which gives them another advantage upon the range. All the meanwhile, I got my Spear units here just to keep my archers safe while they're refueling. And I got my arrows still facing that way just to do some additional damage as they charge.
Our men are running from the battlefield.
And you see here my Matchlock Ash guy have now started to rout. I will slightly speed up this just because it is a slight skirmish. I kind of let them waste their arrows upon me for a short while, because if they run out of ammo, I get my monks back into the fight. I can pretty much just completely counter them. Within this fight though, I do push these guys slightly forward to get some gunfire upon these units. Trying to edge it out slightly. There you go. You start moving now. Since I was moving though, he did get the first shot off. I don't know why I was holding spacebar, my apologies. As you can see here, he's starting to bring up some, is it Yari Samurai? Yeah. He brings up some Yari Samurai to try and capture the morale point, because that is my main advantage at this moment, especially at this time with his guns and his archers shooting upon me. So I sense one set of Nagata Samurai, they do have a slight better stats upon the melee defense and attack. So I was quite confident in the fact they'll hold that there. But I think 115, 118, okay, they have a slight number advantage, but that shouldn't be too much detail. Now see, now they've managed to rout another set of my guns. What I mean, I'm trying to waste their ammo, and as you see here, they have moved the men slightly on an odd angle. I would say that's still concealed, but the game showed it up for me, so I didn't know where they were. And you see, I'm just kind of hoping that they ran out of ammo soon, because my archers were such low on ammo, and I was hoping they were as well. But as you can see on this small bit here, we did try something quite desperate. Was that I was going to push up these guys here to absorb a lot of ammo while we charge up our generals to try and do some damage and hopefully rout a few of their ranged units in the meantime over here. And you can see as well that I'm now starting to push back my bow warriors. Not great ammo consumption on them, but it was enough to at least return some fire. And as you see here, some guns did go off, doing some minor casualties upon this unit here. And yeah, with the arrows still pounding at them, they do decide to rout. Alright. Charging up hills never the best thing, you do slow down a lot of momentum. And you see he engaged his avatar into the combat, which caused Fat Ninja to lose a general, and then has his one man left. So he tries to pull back that. I've noticed that he's lost that, so I do try and pull back, and as you can see here, right to the line of my heavy gun as he's chasing me. He's now lost his general, which makes his fight for the morale here much more needed, and since he's now pushed a lot of men forward into disorientation, I managed to increase my air fire upon him. I do pull back my gunners slightly in case they do march up with their archers. I didn't want them to get cut down. I rather than waste their ammo upon my Nagata Samurai, which can hold it slightly. As you can see here, that his Matchlock Ash guy now starting to waver. Very useful for us because you know that they are a very weak unit and will break very soon if you get rid of the bulk of the army. Over on this side, as you can see, I have some minor fatigue upon my men, so they won't fight as well as they should. But I'm still, at this point of time, fairly confident in my men's ability there. And you can see here, I didn't realise at the time, since they ran out of ammo, I forced them to use melee earlier. So they were still in melee, so they were marching up the fight opposed to actually shooting the arrows, which gave me quite a disadvantage upon that point, because they managed to get a lot more arrows into me. But I noticed this and do pull back before they engage into melee. I can see some fire arrows here again, do some minor casualties, just trying to get both units to focus upon one to try and weaken out as much as possible. Back over upon this side, as you can see, he's now moving up to his fire cavalry. I do start bringing up my guns and some samurai, so my Nagata, trying to hold them back slightly. I have my, as you can see here, heavy gun is slightly exposed now from the side, but since I know where his fire cavalry is, I don't have to worry too much about that, so I am safe to know that they'll be safe facing that direction. Actually, I didn't want these to take any more casualties from the three guys shooting up, and he's, as you can see, pushing up some of his matchlocks, so I try and pull them back in time. Back over on this side, as you can see, my units are now starting to get a bit of fatigue disadvantage upon them there. Meantime now, Sam did point out that he's bringing up his fire cavalry upon the side there to help him out in the battle. But at this current time I was slightly more concentrated here. And I can see now I'm bringing up my my backlot of guns up, which are much straight into range of their men and hopefully do as much damage as possible. Over on the side now you can start seeing that my men are starting to waver. So soon it's going to be moments away until they capture the morale and start gaining another advantage upon me. So as you can see here, I start pushing up my Nagiata samurai, try and force back their men here and see what I can do against here. And you see they do start pulling back their men, though I wasn't foolish enough to charge up a giant hill to start into a melee fight. So I've moved my guys up here, and then as you can see some gunfire has started happening slightly, taking down a few more of them in. You can see here now they'll slowly start capturing the morale, which will start giving them another higher, well, I say higher advantage, my apologies, compensation from losing their general. But now as you can see I had to do a lot of work making sure their fire cavalry, was out of the way of my men. So I do lose slight concentration here, and my lone slash guy here seemed to pay the price for that. Oh, my apologies, it's 1:30 in the morning. Pretty tired. Alright, as you can see here, he's about to march his bow samurai on him. He has range enough to shoot at my Ashikari air pierce. But as you can see, I do start to pull them back, noticing that they are just outside of the arc, and if I do push them forward, as you see, they're going to respond here. And they're bringing up their melee troops at this moment. Marching up to my archers now should return some fire upon them. There you go. And still pushing up these guys here up on the side to get rid of these two units. Though, oh, there you go. So as you can see, as I was saying, I do pull one back to try and hit a side flank. I believe that's my archers again out of ammunition. I didn't have enough time to pull them up that far. But with the lack of their general and not securing the morale point there, the heavy gunners upon their morale is going to take devastating effect. But now as you can see, he's moving up men upon the flank like he did over on Fat Ninja's units. So I had to be very careful of my general at this point. I didn't have enough troops to supply all of the battle here. So as you can see, I do try and pull my gunners forward because as you can see they've got their cavalry charging, and I try to use my warrior monk just to have a buffer state. But luckily I was managed to rout these units at the very end. Though my heavy gunners did get charged, they had no units to ever compensate me back. So I now get my my Nagiata samurai, apologies, into the fray against their fire cavalry. As you know, fire cavalry in prolonged melee will get absolutely annihilated, especially against 3 units. Whew. And you see upon this side they have given chase to my general. I do try and pull him back out of there. I'm not quite sure if I lost him as it came up yet. But as you can see here, my Ashikari soon take a little strong stop. So they get up to him here. But my general, as you can see here, just throwing him a few arrows there, trying to get the most damage they can. I do manage to salvage a fair amount of my heavy gunners to turn around and start the gunfire upon these units and into the fray to, as you see, to completely stop them around. So they're totally gone now. I just have this one unit here to deal with the cell of Magic Ashikari, which is facing off the cliff. In the meantime then try to gauge into melee, and with the support of my heavy gunners it is pretty much a game from here. I hope you enjoyed that. I thank you Fat Ninja for joining me in this battle, and condolences to the people that we fought. You did a good battle, especially up here on the left. And I hope you guys, viewers at home, enjoyed that battle, and there'll be more as always. And don't forget now on Insanity's page, I'll have a link to the description. We have started a co-op campaign if that is your forte. It's always nice to stand by and watch that. Again, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time.